This isn't just a regional conflict anymore. Iran and Israel are engaged in the most dangerous standoff we've seen in decades. Drone strikes, missile barrages, threats of full-scale retaliation, and the world watching on the edge of its seat. Are we heading toward a larger war? Or can this powder keg be diffused before it's too late? Let's be clear, this isn't sudden. The tension between Iran and Israel has been building for years. Cyber attacks, assassinations, proxy wars in Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq. But now, we're seeing direct strikes. Israel accuses Iran of backing terror groups firing into civilian areas. Iran says it's defending the oppressed in Palestine and Lebanon, and each side believes the other is the aggressor. And caught in the middle, millions of innocent people. From Tel Aviv to Tehran, families are living in fear. Bomb shelters, blackouts, grief. Meanwhile, major powers like the US, Russia, and China are calculating every move. One misstep, just one, could light the fuse for something much, much bigger. Protests have erupted in New York, Paris, London, even Tehran itself. Some are calling for peace, others for vengeance. The United Nations is scrambling, but diplomacy seems to be losing the battle to missiles and ideology. So, here's the brutal truth. This isn't just politics. It's not just military strategy. It's about survival, identity, power, and humanity hanging by a thread. Could this become the next great war of our time? Or can diplomacy pull us back from the edge? What do you think? Is peace even possible anymore? Or are we simply watching history repeat itself again? This is Facts or Reality, where we bring you the raw, unfiltered truth. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about what the mainstream won't.
The Iranians are firing all of their older missiles. And by older missiles, I mean old technology. And the old technology is being shot down, which is the goal. They want the Israelis to waste all of their inventory on these old missiles before they start using the really high-end, devastating material. So I think this is just the beginning. The other part of this is that we're now going to see the rest of the world sort of link arms around Iran. Because if you're sitting in Moscow or Beijing or Ankara or anywhere else and you see what's happening to Iran, you say, well, look, if we don't stand by these people, inevitably we'll be next. So I think all in all, this is a catastrophe for Israel. Iran, first of all, has an almost inexhaustible supply of missiles. And they have alternative sources. They can not only build their own missiles, they can get additional components and warheads from other sources. Whether those sources are North Korea, China, Russia, as I said before, potentially even Pakistan. And I'm sure that there are others. So I think there won't be a shortage of things for the Iranians to fight back with. The real question now is, what do we do? And I think President Trump is already signaling that he'd like to go back to the negotiating table. The problem is that no one believes him. He's destroyed his credibility. I don't think anybody's going to show up to negotiate with him about anything. So I think this is going to go on, and it'll get worse the longer it lasts. I don't know what's going to happen. But the Iranians, contrary to popular belief, whatever mistakes they've made, and I don't think they've made very many. I mean, everybody says, well, they should have given up enrichment. Not really. That's a sovereign right. And enriching uranium for purposes other than military is totally legitimate. Lots of countries have it. Lots of countries do it. The Indians and the Pakistanis both have nuclear weapons. They're too smart to use those things against each other. The problem we have right now in the region is you've got one country that has nuclear weapons. They want to maintain that monopoly, and they're willing to do anything against anyone to keep it. And that's where we are. And we, unfortunately, have encouraged it and underwritten it.
I'm in Israel right now, in the middle of having dinner with my family, and there's an alarm. Rockets from Iran are on the way, so we're heading down to the bomb shelter. My grandpa, 82 years old, originally from Iran, and now going to the bomb shelter. We're in the bomb shelter right now. Check this out. We're waiting for the missiles to come. 100 on the way.
Did Iran majorly miscalculate? Because even now, President Trump is providing Iran with an off-ramp, telling them to come to the negotiating table. At what point will Iran take that offer?
Well, according to your narrative, Iran always miscalculates. It's a regime. I heard the regime 20 times in the last 10 minutes as I was listening. You sound like TASS news agency upgraded during the Soviet Union. And you say the regime is unpopular and is killing its people. When General Soleimani was murdered by the same Trump that you talk about, millions of people came to the streets of this city, Tehran, that I'm in. So how is it that he's so unpopular? This propaganda that you're producing is only justifying aggression. What the Israeli regime did was aggression. What it did was unjustified aggression. And Netanyahu has been saying for over 30 years, some say up to 40 years, he's been saying that Iran's on the verge of creating a nuclear weapon. And thanks to people like you, he gets away with these lies.
Can we talk a little bit about the regimes? Saying
regime, I think it helps you contain your contempt for independent countries. You after all, you work for Sky News. It's understandable. But the regime, how do you know that the Israeli regime had bases inside Iran? You're just repeating their propaganda. Of course, Israel for you is not a regime. Sorry, it's a state. But it's a genocidal state carrying out extermination in Gaza. But that's not really important.
Are you denying that top commanders were killed?
Oh, so you mean what you're referring to basically is an attack, an act of aggression, that they suddenly fire missiles at civilian targets at apartment buildings and slaughter people in those apartment buildings, slaughtering whole families. For you, that's targeting. That's a really sophisticated act. One of the buildings that had some of these commanders, one or two of these commanders, was a large apartment building where they killed everyone. 60 people, 20 children. That's not important for people like you, but that's important for people like us. For you, people like you who support ethno-supremacism.
We're trying to give you airtime so that you can give us the Iranian perspective on this. And we want to know, and I want to understand, Iran's position here. Will you come to the negotiating table now? Donald Trump, after these series of airstrikes and this attack was launched, called on Iran to come back to the negotiating table. As the spokesperson of the regime, or as someone who worked closely with the negotiating team, do you believe they will come to the negotiating table now?
Well, your regime should know we were at the negotiating table. It was Trump that conspired with Netanyahu to attack Iran. This is how you twist the truth. You shouldn't invite me because you're easily exposed. Iran was negotiating. Initially, Trump had one position, and so did Witkoff. And then they flipped and said no enrichment. And then they continued the negotiations. And the night before the attack, Trump said that we don't want war. And then after the attack, he said, we're all for it. And you're saying Iran? Is Iran going to come back to the negotiating table? The audacity. Come on. Show at least a bit of integrity. A bit of integrity will help.
Okay.
אנחנו פה כי אנחנו במערכה קיומית שהיום מובנת לכל אזרחי ישראל. תחשבו מה יקרה אם לאיראן יהיה נשק אטומי להנחית על ערי ישראל. תחשבו מה יקרה אם לאיראן היה 20,000 טילים כאלה. לא אחד, 20,000 כאלה. זה איום קיומי על ישראל. ולכן... ונשמרתם מאוד על נפשותיכם, כך אתם מצילים את עצמכם. וכך אתם גם עוזרים לנו לנצח את הברברים האלה בטהרן, הם ישלמו מחיר מאוד כבד על רצח ילדים ונשים ואזרחים חפים מפשע.
In times like these, the truth gets buried under politics, fear, and firepower. But behind every missile, there's a family praying for tomorrow. Behind every speech, There's silence in the streets. This isn't just about nations, it's about people. And if we stop seeing the human cost, then we've already lost. Stay informed, stay aware, and never stop asking, is this fact, or is this just our new reality? This is Facts or Reality, and the truth doesn't pick sides. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button, share this with a friend, and subscribe to Facts or Reality for more deep dives like this. And yeah, don't forget the bell so you don't miss what's coming next.
Welcome to the true stream, where facts meet the beat, and the beat don't lie. You ready? Let's go. Blick plane, I will spark the flame. Real talk, no cap, no shame. What's the news? What's the game? We call it out, we name the name. Lights on, time to elevate. No drama, we educate. Scrolling past all the vanity, stay grounded. Facts or reality? Facts or reality, what do you see? Truth in the rhythm, right the energy. G, no filter, no fallacy. We break it down with clarity. Facts or reality? Oh yeah. Wake up minds, let it be. Truth moves fast, come vibe with me. Tune in to Facts or Reality. Every headline got a deeper side, so we lift the veil, let truth collide. Not just views, we change the tide. We stay alert, we never hide. From the streets to the screen, stay woke. This the voice for the ones who spoke. No scripts, no parody. Only facts, only reality. We don't chase the hype, we chase the light. Day and night, we keep it tight. Voices rise when truth takes flight. This is more than views, this is insight. Facts or reality, tell me what's real. Truth on the track got mass appeal. No smoke, no tricks, just the deal. Click subscribe, now tell me how you feel. Facts or reality? Lift the voice, break the crowd, stand tall, speak loud and free. You're locked into Facts or Reality. Every headline got a deeper side, so we lift the veil, let truth collide. No filter, no fallacy, we break it down with clarity. Wake up minds, let it be. Truth moves fast, come vibe with me. Tuned in to Facts or Reality. Every headline got a deeper side, so we lift the veil, let truth collide. Not just views, we change the tide. We stay alert, we never hide. From the streets to the screen, stay woke. This the voice for the ones who spoke. No scripts, no parody. Only facts, only reality.